Joe Biden is 77 years old, and his birthday is this month. President Donald Trump, he's 74 years old. Bernie Sanders is 79, Mitch McConnell is 78, and Nancy Pelosi is 80. So it's clear old age runs real deep in American politics. So what? With age comes wisdom, more skill, more intellectual firepower. You tried debating Mitch McConnell on legislative tactics. No thanks. But unfortunately, with old age comes challenges. And honestly, this is a political problem that no one wants to talk about because, like usual, we don't want to offend anyone. Well, spoiler alert, I'm not exactly known for being politically correct. Look, we are always hearing about the need for demographic representation for government, for boardrooms, for corporations, and yet we never talk about age. Did you know the median age in America is 38 years old? And yet the people leading our 3 branches of government are over the age of 65. The problem with this baby boomer representation is for those leaders, it's more about them keeping their iron grip on their power. I partly blame political parties. They're the ones not allowing Generation X a seat at the table. So instead, Generation Xers are forcing themselves to have a seat at the table, creating all kinds of tension, as opposed to having conducive conversations about how we move our country forward. Allow me to quote the former Prime Minister of Luxembourg, Jean-Claude Juncker. "We know exactly what needs to be done. We just don't know how to get re-elected once we've done it." Which leads me to another danger. A perverse incentive structure, where the incentive is to get re-elected instead of doing what needs to be done for the betterment of our country. And furthermore, when it comes to Joe, Nancy, and Mitch, just to name a few, they're still busy settling scores that are decades old, just like they are. They are in the mindset of short-term score settling instead of in the mindset of long-term progress for our country. On top of that, the digital age is reshaping politics as we speak. Understanding the influence technology has on our democracy in a digital era is going to be paramount. And Joe Biden, for example, he had been in the Senate for an entire decade before computers arrived to the office, and nearly a quarter of a century before email. So I have a feeling TikTok will never exactly become second nature for him. Another problem with old men and women running a young country? I'm worried about their capacity to continue to perform at a high level over the course of their term, especially the presidency. Every leader in office should be asked how they plan to manage their health issues as they assume some of the heaviest jobs in our country. And I'm not even going to get into the obvious disturbances that come from medical emergencies that are, unfortunately, an unavoidable statistical consequence of old age. I mean, how is the lack of young blood not glaring when our leaders start talking about war, taxes, student debt, dare I say even climate change? I'm sorry, but the older folks in power will die before the impacts of those kinds of things even hit. So I ask, how old is too old, or should age not matter at all in American politics? You tell me.